we're going to be doing a jar test. The jar test is how we determine our coagulant dosage for the water treatment plant. The coagulant dosage is what we use to get the particles out of the water before we go into the final treatment process of filtration. This is my PowerPoint presentation here, my jar tester, my turbidimeter, and all the supplies. I'm not actually going to run a jar test because there's too much involved in it and it's going to take too much time. So the purpose of a jar test is, again, to determine coagulant dosage. A coagulant is a binding agent. It's basically like glue. It has a charge, electrical charge. And it attaches to the particles in the water because the particles in the water have the opposite charge. It's usually a positive charge. And the jar test will help us determine the coagulant dosage by how much of this glue we need to put in this water. How much glue we need to put in this water to make it attach together and form a chain or a clump to be removed from the water. We're going to start on the procedure for making a jar test, and like I said, I'm not going to do it because it's just too long drawn out. First, what we would make a stock solution with this and some of that there, and then we would actually perform the jar test, and then the final step is to record the results. Stock solution is made up of 1,000 milliliters of distilled water, which I have here, and 31.2 milliliters of aluminum sulfate. It's an acid, and it's the binding agent or the glue. And this is actually the aluminum sulfate. This is not water. You dispense 31.2 milliliters of aluminum sulfate into this graduated cylinder, and then fill it to 1,000 with water, distilled water, which we make on site, and then put it in this jar here, and then we put this jar under the stirrer and mix it up thoroughly. And then this here, this stock solution will provide us with a 10 milligram per liter dose per 1 milliliter of water of stock solution used. And we do it in 10 milliliter increments.
Hayden, come sit down.
These are 10 milliliter increments in between each one of these. So this one would be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. That's 60 milligrams per liter. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 milliliters, so on. And first thing we do is we put our 1 milliliter in each one. 1, 2, 3, like that. Then we start the jar tester. 30 seconds to go. Okay, we start the jar tester. We start the jar tester up. We flash mix for 2 minutes at 150 RPMs, and then we slow the time to, or the speed to 25 for 20 minutes. And at that time we can turn the light on. There's a light underneath there. We turn the light on. You can actually see the flock forming. It just looks like large particles off in there floating around. And after that 20 minutes has expired, we will remove the paddles, let it set for 5 minutes. After that 5-minute time period expires, we take a sample with one of these sample cells and we run it through a turbidimeter. It's a sample cell that goes in this turbidimeter down here, and it will give us an NTU value, which is the clarity of the water. And the cleanest water that we have in these jars, whichever gives us the most clarity, that's the one we want to use. And then from there we'll go take that and we'll run it through other tests to see if it's going to be the right one for us, depending on how much alkalinity it's going to use and what pH range we're going to be working with and everything like that. So this is just a basic run through of a jar test, and I guess that's it.
Okay. How long?